There we go. I see it.
Hold on. Yeah, people starting to come back on.
Okay, cool.
All right, hold on for a sec. Just need to put part 2. So there we go. So everybody know. There it goes. So we up. We rocking and rolling, baby. We rocking and rolling.
Cool.
You sent it out?
I'm doing it right now.
All right, cool.
Let me put a phone so I can.
Good. So I saved that. So we good. Boom. Get out of here. All right. All right. We back, people. We back. We back. Get that one out of here.
Okay.
So we ready to rock and roll, baby. We ready to rock and roll. So I know my people up in YouTube. There you go. Want to come through. All right, man. We back. We back. We back.
Good to be
Has some
back.
technical difficulties, but hey, you getting part 1, getting part 2. Something that never happened before. So this is the first. This is great.
Good. It's live television, man.
Yep. He said, can we go commercial free for 97 minutes?
Yeah.
Dude, you got it, baby. You got it, brother. Yes, no doubt. So let's just go back, to that senior year, right? You got 2 guys that you playing with who are ahead of you, who has to get the ball. How was you able to get in your 18 points, right? Like, because this is important, man, playing with 2 major guys like that still been able to get yours.
It's high school, so you got low scoring. So the 3 of us did most of the scoring. So any night we'll have that day. It's how they played whoever. So like I was saying earlier, if they concentrated on Matanda and Chris, they was going to pay when that ball swung to me. And that was my thing. Y'all go ahead. And Pooh, as a ball player, your mindset is, okay, I know y'all here for them, but I got to make sure I make my mark as well.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what my mindset was. So even if I drop that thing in the Big Chris, you know, whether he gonna make his move or not, if he kick it back out, I was putting it up. I was putting it up. That was just a guarantee it was going up. You know what I'm saying? If they overplayed Matanda, that gave me more room to maneuver. So I made them pay. You know what I'm saying? I made them pay. And that's what made, you know, my senior year with all of us, you know, I got to give those guys, Matanda, Chris, my man, Andre Hampton, all those guys some love because, you know, we played 4 years together. So we knew each other's tendencies and stuff like that. And we knew when to turn it off and knew when to turn it off, and who had it going, let it rock. You know what I mean? So there were games where, you know, I was the leading scorer. There was games when Matanda was the leading scorer and Chris was the leading scorer, you know. So those was my guys.
No doubt, no doubt. Salute. Yo, Kenny, my guy, Kenny Delicate. Listen, your day is coming, bro. Your day is coming, bro. Definitely official. You did a lot of work, New York City area, played, you know, great ball in college and in the pros and overseas, man. So
nice.
your day is definitely coming, man. I appreciate you, brother. So now we're talking about what colleges is kind of paying attention to you now. Like, how's the recruiting going for you, knowing that you're the third option? Look, I pride myself on being a third option at Lincoln, MCI, and FDU. Right? But I was the guy that you needed for us to win. And I was captain in all three spaces. So, you know, I tell kids, it's okay not to be the number one option.
Right.
You know, because while everybody giving them the attention, you still killing.
You just got to deliver. You just got to deliver. You just have to deliver. My recruiting, what was crazy about the recruiting, I knew nothing about that process. Zero. I knew nothing about it. Actually, my coach, William Mack, he was also a guidance counselor. So everybody from Dwight Morrow, he got into college and everything. So the recruiting process for me was whatever he told me. It was whatever he told me. I remember Rhode Island came in the picture at one time. You know what I'm saying? That game that I referenced earlier about the Jamboree, where I had that good game, it's a funny story how life works in full circle.
Right.
Cleo Hill Sr. was one of the standouts at Winston-Salem State University. He was actually the first player from Winston to go pro, even before Earl of Pearl. And he was the coach at Essex Community College in Jersey. And he inquired about me, thinking that I didn't have the grades or passed the SAT or whatever. And my coach, Matt, told him that, no, I qualified. So, you know, he might not be good for JUCO or whatever. And he was like, well, he should go down to, he should head on down to Winston-Salem because he had a great relationship with Big House. So
for those that don't know, Cleo Hill is on the screen right now. We showing love to Cleo Hill.
Right. So now Cleo Hill Sr. was the one that got me. So my coach made a decision on my behalf that I was going to a HBCU. He was like, yo, I want you to go. You're going to be around your people and stuff like that. I just took his word for it. I knew nothing about recruiting. Like I told you, I was the first person in my family to play organized sports and stuff like that. Right. I had no idea about that process. And so Cleo Hill was actually recommended. Now, what's crazy, his son, Cleo Hill Jr., was the head coach at Winston-Salem State for some years. And that's my man now.
Wow.
That's full circle. You know how this basketball world works, man. Like it's amazing. Like the relationships you build and the people you meet along the way, and the journey is amazing. But Cleo Hill Jr., I got to meet him, and that year, you know, I'm going off topic here a little bit, but me and him built a great relationship. Winston-Salem came up to play in a HBCU Classic at City College. I hosted them at the 40-40 Club, Jay-Z's 40-40 Club. I got the club. We'll get into that later. And then when they won the CIAA, I had my people at Rock Nation send them champagne, Ace of Spades, for to celebrate, man.
Y'all don't know. This story's gonna get better, right? Y'all just stay tuned. This story gets A lot better. All right. All right. No doubt. So you decide to go to Winston-Salem State because of those connections, right?
Yes.
And did you know about Coach Hank Gaines at that time?
Didn't know nothing. What took it over the top was they told me Earl of Pearl Monroe went there, and being a lifelong Knicks fan, of course, I knew who that was. You know what I'm saying? And they got me. I met them at Harlem Week. So I was just like, all right, cool. Now, truth be told, you know, my family wasn't big on education like that. You know, so I never thought of college. It was only through the path of this basketball world. You know what I'm saying? So when they was telling me at HBCU, I had no clue what that was. I thought college was just college. You know, as we started talking, I found out how prevalent he was in the basketball world, you know, but I didn't feel that impact until I got down to North Carolina. Then I was like, oh, this dude is the dude. Like, he's the dude. When I got on the campus of Winston-Salem State, you know, back in them days, it wasn't like you met everybody. You had to go down there and just meet whatever. Man, I walked in the gym and I was like, wow, he was the assistant coach for the Olympic team. So they had Sean Kemp and them dudes and Billy Owens and them dudes in the gym. And I'm like, oh, I made the right choice.
The real ball players is here.
Like, yeah, like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Like, it's crazy. And then, you know, just to talk about Big House, to go down that road, man, that dude owned Winston-Salem. Like, everywhere you went in town, his picture was up. Everywhere, every restaurant, every store, every bank, you was like, damn, this dude is the man. And then you really start understanding. And my freshman year, he was going for his 800th win. Wow. So we was on Sports Center. You know, back in the days, BET used to cover the games.
That's right.
So the Louis Joel Memorial Coliseum, my freshman year was the first year it opened up. That's where Wake Forest home games are played. So we shared that gym for the big games with Wake Forest.
Wow.
So we played, I remember it was North Carolina Central. He was going for his 8th game. It was on BET, the whole 9. You know, he's going for his 800 win, and we lost. But, you know, that experience, I was like, damn, I made the right choice. Like, this is pretty cool.
Wow. Coach Howell's in the building.
That's my JV coach, my assistant coach, man. That's the one I was talking about earlier, man.
No doubt. He gave you a lot of love, Coach. He gave you a lot of love.
What's up, Coach?
Make sure you check out part 1. Is up on the channel after this. All right, man. So you go to this, you know, historical Black university, playing for a historical basketball coach, and then you get your dream, right? Because you're the first time you're watching college basketball, you get to see John Thompson on the sideline. Yeah. And now you are actually playing for a coach he probably looked up to.
He did. He actually, it's so funny you say that. Him and Coach Thompson was super close. Super close. In fact, when Big House died, Coach Thompson did his eulogy.
Wow. See?
They were super close. and you know, the other legend Black coach is John McClendon. He's the guy that started the fast break.
Yep.
That was him, and Coach Gaines was super close. And John Thompson looked up to those two.
Wow.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Small world, man.
Yeah, man. And you know, it's just a blessing. You know, like I say, man, it's just a blessing to just fall into these situations, man. Seriously, like, wasn't scripted. And you know about my life more than most. You know what I'm saying? And that's the things that I've been able to achieve is just through this game of basketball, man.
That's a fact.
Just having a little jump shot, man.
Man, you're a blessing, brother. I'm gonna let you know that. Nah, for sure. For sure. You know, that's why I named this episode Heart of a Champion.
I knew what you was doing with that. I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, for sure.
We'll get to that.
No doubt. And for those of you who don't know who coach games is please do your homework. Please do your homework. It's so important that we do our homework and we don't forget this history, because so many times we get other people writing our stories. Please, this man's story is plastered all over the internet, books. And just
he's in the Hall of Fame. Man. He's a Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. So you get down there.
Yeah.
And you down there with a few guys from New York. How did that work? And how did that, set you into that comfortability zone, coming from New York City, knowing that you got some guys from New York there as well?
Funniest story, Pooh. Funniest story. So I get down there, freshmen get down there before the upperclassmen, right? So I met one guy, my man Donye Jones. He was from Saginaw, Michigan. We were freshmen together. And then we used to go work out together. So one day I'm coming from the gym and I had that tournament shirt on from Elmcor City College. And your boy, Phil Hayes, looked at me and said, yo, you gotta be from New York, money.
Snoop, my guy, Phil.
He said, that's a New York tournament there. What's up, New York? That's how I met Phil.
Wow.
And Phil was on the team as well. Mm-hmm. So then he was in school for summer school. And so after that, Phil was the one who introduced me to all the teammates. Monte Ross, Stephen A. Mark, he introduced me to the whole team. He was like, yo, this New York guy, he's on the team and blah, blah, blah. So then when we had our first team meeting, me and Phil and Monte and us guys, we've been inseparable ever since that day. But that's how I met Phil. Man,
listen, I want to give shouts to Phil, man, because Phil is such a cool brother. Always been the same. Always been the same, Phil, no matter when you saw him, man.
Yes.
Cool brother, such a balance, never a hater, always gave love and showed appreciation, man.
Yes.
I know you were close with the family as well, and I know you told me this story when we were sitting down at the restaurant, Salute the Harlem Tavern.
Yep.
And you were saying how, because of what Phil dad did for you, you were able to do for somebody else when you got to be a grown man.
It's so funny you say that. So Phil and them guys were so instrumental in my growth, because even though, like I said, I saw what was happening in Englewood, but I didn't appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Winston-Salem opened my eyes that I've never seen before. I've seen Black excellence, Black people in all different light, rich, middle class, poor, the whole nine. I never seen that coming up in the Bronx. Probably saw it in Englewood, but didn't appreciate it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But Winston-Salem did that. If you remember, Mr. Hayes was an anesthesiologist. Mm-hmm. So Mr. Hayes used to come down to his Benz and take us out to dinner. And then take us to the mall and shop. And to this day, I'm wearing Sergio Tacchini tops. He will buy us Sergio Tacchini sweatsuits, man.
Wow.
He'd take us to dinner and the whole nine because we was Phil's boys.
Them Sergio Tacchinis they're not cheap, bro.
They wasn't cheap. They wasn't cheap.
Right.
So what I do to this day, one of my nieces, she goes to Montclair State. Shout out to my niece Lancel. And when I go visit her and I'm having lunch with her and I say, yo, bring your friends, I take them and let them shop up the mall. Nice. Just like Mr. Hayes did for us.
Nice.
So, so those guys helped me. They helped me see that you can still hang out, but still take care of your responsibilities. For me, it was just the chicks in the jump shot and basketball. I didn't care about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, watching them, especially my boy, Monte Ross, man, like when we became roommates, like that dude was different, him and Steve, they had their goals. They knew what they was in college for. They said, this is what we're going to do it. And I watched them do it and then turn their careers into something. Because Monte is the guy I was telling you, he's a Division I coach. He coached at St. Joe's. He recruited Jermaine Nelson, Delonte West, and them dudes. Then he went to, he was the head coach at Delaware, University of Delaware. Then he was the top assistant with Aaron McKee at Temple. Now he's the head coach of North Carolina A&T.
Which is dope, right? So when he gets this job at North Carolina A&T, your other friend, who's now a world-renowned sportscaster, he is like, listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck, right?
Bro,
I got this platform, and compared to Stephen A. what he does, it's a very small platform, right? But it's huge in New York City.
Yeah.
And I had so many people come to me and ask me or tell me I should get at Stephen A. I should just do episodes. And yo, Pooh, if you want to blow up, just get at Stephen A. Just get at Stephen A. And I was like, I'm not doing that. It's not. Right. And we talked about this, right? I said, there's no way I'm doing that. If whatever success I'm going to get is going to be because of my hard work and my work ethic.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that to knock another brother down.
Correct.
I don't know him. My guys went to school with him. So how do I look if my guys knowing me? You, Phil, y'all guys know me. Y'all guys are my friends. Y'all like Pooh, that ain't Pooh style. Like Pooh.
Right. 100%.
So
but what did I tell you? When you reached out, I said, if you want to ask, don't hold nothing on the table about it.
That's a fact. So we're going to get into it right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Coming up with Stephen A. Smith at Winston-Salem State, right? And we're going to talk about this first. When your guy Delonte got that job, right? Monte got that job at Winston-Salem. I mean, at A&T. What did your guy do, man? What did all of you guys do? Because I know all of you guys had a hand in this.
Well, let's back up. So I could give you the pre-story.
Okay.
One of the things that we did at Winston-Salem, Big House kept us closed as a team. So we always on the same floor. He kept us busy, super busy. It was illegal now, but we had 3 practices a day. 6 in the morning.
3 days.
Then 4 o'clock, and then 8:30, 9 o'clock at night until the season started. Then we went back to regular. But we have to run those stairs and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. You know this, Pooh. When you're going through that kind of torture as teammates, you pushing each other, you looking out for one another. And then us as New Yorkers, I hate to say it, but it was a north-south thing that goes on down there. So we try to stay together and stay strong with one another. You know what I'm saying? If we needed rides home, we all got, make sure we get a ride home. We going to New York, let's go. And we did that together. So this bond we created, we keep it going to this day. It just so happens Steven is who he is now. You know what I'm saying? But that dude ain't changed. And I told you this. That dude has never changed. The one word I would give people, if you really want to know about Stephen A., is misunderstood. He is misunderstood. Yes, he's that dude that's going to yell. And I told you, like, what I tell everybody, his fame helped us become better friends. Because of him, instead of yelling at 6 to 10 of us all the damn time, he's yelling at 6 to 10 million people. He get tired of yelling. So when he talking to us, now we can have a civilized conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? So he hasn't changed not one bit. What I see on television is what I saw when I met him at the age of 17 years old. He's going to yell. He's going to say his opinion. He's going to do stuff. I told you about the story with Big House. When we got to play with him, he was older. He was losing it. It was things that was happening that only the team saw. So really our assistant coach, Tim Grant, really ran the program like that. You know what I'm saying? So Steve wrote an article about he should be fired. And Big House is Big House. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only thing, like, he was so big, they wanted to kick Steve out of school. But what people didn't realize is the behind the scenes Steve did. He went to Big House and told him he was writing an article. So when the chancellor and everybody was like, yo, kick him out the school, Big House was like, no, that's my guy. He's taken care of. He already told me what he was doing. It's the same thing that happens today on his show and his personal. He's doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff that nobody knows. But then he gets the heat for the front show, but not the behind the scenes. They don't have a clue. Now, I understand people can't understand that because I'm privy to some behind the scenes things that he's doing and stuff. I get it. But then when people go after him, they don't understand the behind the scenes and why he's doing certain things. You know? Now, with that being said, the loyalty we have for one another is still to this day, no matter how big he gets. He's in our group chat. If we say, yo, man, we got to put eyes on each other, we jumping on a Zoom call, he's there. He's stopping everything. If you watch First Take, that's a lot of us from Winston texting him. Yo, you good? Blah, blah, blah. He's texting right back, live on air. You know? Now, with that being said, when Monte got I say all of that to establish how close we are and that bond that we developed as basketball players down in Winston-Salem State. To this day, his loyalty is to us. So when Monte got the job at A&T was our rival when we got to Winston-Salem. A&T and Winston-Salem State is a crazy game. So when he got it, Steve said, look, man, that's what Steve's idea. It was nobody else's idea. He said, yo, we got to get down and support Monte for a big game. And their big rivalry right now today is North Carolina Central. So he said, listen, we're going to get the fellas together. He went and got a jet, and we all flew down just to support Monte as teammates. It was only teammates could go. That was Monte's and all of us teammates. Steve got that jet. We flew down to North Carolina. We had dinner. We went to the game. We hung out with Mont. Steve took pictures with people and stuff like that, and we hopped back on the jet and came back home. And that's just his loyalty to the teammates that we established today. You know, now get it. Listen, I get a lot of heat for him. You know what I'm saying? People love him or you're going to hate him. There's no in the middle ground with him. You love him or hate him. I get it. You know, I get it. But, you know, I can't say that part about the hate part. I can't. You know, that's one of my closest friends in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that dude lives up to every part of what a friendship is. And, you know, when I say misunderstood, that's the public side. The personal side, I give him the word of loyalty. His loyalty is unreal.
That's dope, man. For a young man who started out in journalism, took it serious, wrote the tough articles, right? Because look, he still right now gets flack for that article, not knowing that Coach Gaines gave his blessings, and stood by him. You know,
that's the part people don't know about.
Right.
That's the behind the scenes part. They just know about the article. And like I told you when we was together the other day, I said, look, he hasn't changed. Even the stuff he says on television. I heard when I was 17 years old. And I told you the story about the football player, the football team. So he wrote an article because he was the sports writer for the school newspaper. And I remember a cornerback gave up a key 3rd and 15 first down. And he wrote about it. That cost Winston the game, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And the dude wanted to fight Steve. He showed up with some football players, and they was like, yo, what's that about? And Steve said to all of them, look, I'm not going to deny y'all going to kick my ass. Y'all going to kick my ass. I know that. But that's not going to change the fact you gave up a 3rd and 15. And the game was lost. So go ahead, whoop my ass.
Still doesn't change anything.
He says that on ESPN to this day. LeBron will beat my ass. I know that, but that's not going to change how I feel about it.
It's a fact.
I heard that when I was 17 years old from the dude, man. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, Big Rob was like, I don't remember Stephen A. At Thomas Edison making noise in Queens basketball. Can you explain how Stephen A. got to Winston-Salem, like, so people can? Because we're gonna clear the air right now, bro.
So as I told you before, Stephen A. went to Thomas Edison. I can't speak on his high school career.
Right.
I can tell you that he went to FIT and did his thing, and then, you know, we talked about HBCU recruiting. It's really word of mouth because the HBCUs don't have a recruiting budget like that where they could travel like the major colleges.
That's a fact. I know about
so
that.
Now Stephen A. had a New York connect go down there and try out for Big House. Steve did his things in that tryout. Big House offered him on the spot. Okay. Like I tell most people, and this is when you and I talk, people don't realize only 3 to 4% of high school athletes actually get a scholarship to play the sport they want to play in college.
That's the truth. I know.
Right? So now, how could you knock somebody that got a 4-year scholarship, tuition free, for playing ball? Everybody ain't gonna make it as a pro, bro. And Pooh, you know this game. When you start playing, it's levels to this thing, bro.
That's a fact.
There's great players on the Division II level, the Division III level, on every level. Getting to that NBA, that's like 3% out of like 5-10 million people that's trying to get into it. I don't even think the NBA roster in the history of it made 5,000 players yet. You know what I'm saying?
Just barely reaches 5,000.
Right. You know what I mean? So, like, you want to knock him because he didn't get busy in college, but he got his tuition paid to play?
And suffered through some injuries, too.
And then that's another thing people don't realize. When I got there, they upperclassmen, Phil and all them guys are 1 year ahead of me, okay? Right before I got there, Steve blew his knee out bad. I mean, he had an ugly injury. And they questioned whether he ever play again. And back then, there was none of this sports science and all of this stuff. And we joked about it. And if you mention this to Steve, you want to really piss him off, just walk up to him and say, put some balm on it. Because that's what the trainers and all say. Yo, put balm on it, which is like Bengay.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And his knee was shot. So he had to go back up to New York and get it repaired to the best of his ability, you know. And he tried to play, but he never recovered from that. But Big House loved him so much, he didn't shut him down. He said, look, keep playing. Now, Big House was tough. Big House was tough. He was one of them old school coaches. Like I'll never forget, this one of our jokes on the team when Steve was trying to play with his bad knee. He hobbling, he doing everything he could. He just couldn't do it, right? So Big House blew the whistle and said, come here, son. He said, you know I'm from Kentucky, right? He said, you know what we do to horses that can't perform? We take them in the back and we shoot their ass. Sit down. That was Big House, man. You know, but he loved Steve. I guess he saw something in Steve most of us didn't see. But he kept Steve there. And you know, he didn't cut him, which they could do. They ain't cut him or nothing. So when people say, oh, he wasn't shit, it's most of the people that never played. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Spank, I am on the NBPA Top 100 camp committee. So I have a say in who's chosen as one of the top 100 players in the country.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those guys won't be in the NBA.
Right. Like
a lot of them, maybe 1% of those guys.
Yeah.
And they the top 1%.
Yeah. It's really hard, man. So, you know, anybody that get to play, even the bench dudes, you know the commitment you have to put in to stay on that team. Do you know, and Pooh, you know this. This is something I live for, and I know you probably live for it. Most of the students think because you're not playing or you're not the star, they could challenge you.
Right.
And you gotta show them it's a different level to this.
That's the fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think this is easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. So, like, when people like, oh, he can't play. Okay, fine. He's not an NBA player. He ain't even a star. But he got a 4-year scholarship in basketball. That you can't dispute. How many people could say that? That's my only rebuttal to them on that.
That's amazing, man. And, you know, let's talk to my guy, Tiny Morton. He's showing me some articles, some old articles. And he was like, yo, look at the writer, Stephen A.
He covered Steph and did Daily News. That was one of his first big jobs. because he stayed down at the local newspaper down in North Carolina. And then his big job was covering high school sports and daily news.
And you know, that's what a lot of people don't give him credit for, his grind, right?
No,
his grind from the bottom of the bottom to getting where he's at now. And for a black man to reach that level is almost impossible in the world that we live in. And for him to get there, man, is just a feat within itself.
And I'll add this to it. Most people don't know how mistreated he is on the back end. They think it's good. That dude got to fight every day, even with the name he has. People still trying to jerk him, undercut him, and the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? And he got to fight against all of that. And people don't see the behind the scenes. Like my boy Monte, he said a phrase to me I'll never forget. Monte said, people only see the games.
That's a fact.
They don't see the behind the scenes what it take to get to that game. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So I'm okay with that. Like I said, he is who he is. I'm not going to stop loving him and being my brother, you know, because people got their opinion about him. Shit, I have disagreements with Steve. And it's like, and I tell everybody, a real friendship is not when everything is going well. It's when you have disagreements too. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I have disagreements with my own parents. That don't mean I ain't love them or I should cancel my parents because I disagree with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's things that I don't agree with him. And I say, oh, dog, I think you bugging and this, that, and the other. But he'll give me his perspective and we just got to agree to disagree. But that don't mean I don't stop messing with him or cut him off as a friend. You know? In this day and age, everybody has a voice with social media and all that. They could go out here and start these little campaigns and cut all cancel culture and all that. It's fine. You know, it's fine. It comes with the territory. Even it comes with the territory. Remember, I got caught in the middle of his stuff with the dude, Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock came at me, calling me a Hollywood plant. Yeah, you didn't see that? I sent it to you. Yeah. He said Stephen A didn't have a real career. His stuff is all made up. And he did research on me. He found nothing about me going to Winston-Salem. So I got to be a Hollywood plant that helped Steve get to where he at today.
We're not going to talk about dude. Let's not even mention his name no more.
We're not doing
right?
That. Yeah. And I'm mad I did mention that. I'm mad I mentioned it. But go ahead.
And it's all good. It's all good because I can vouch. I already know, you know, the room that you're in and able to get in. But that was only half of your basketball career in college, right? Because you know, situation happened and you had to bring your ass to New York.
And listen, I'll be real. So like, and I talk about my thing at Winston, it just didn't fit. Like when I got there, I did my end. Like there was one scrimmage that I got in. I kid you not, everybody will tell you. About between 13 and 15 minutes, I put up 24 points and missed one shot and never played again. It was still
what the hell?
Yeah, so I can't explain that. I can't make sense of it. They told me they'd redshirt me, and then the second year they recruited other dudes, and then I just wasn't a fit. But in my second year there, me and Phil got into a situation with some local dudes. You know, they carjacked us and they did some wild shit. And, you know, we was just like, yo, we got to get up out of here. You know what I mean? And that's when I left. That was actually the second semester, right during like spring break towards the end of the second semester of my second year there. So I didn't return. That summer, my brother was playing in a tournament with my high school coach and them at Harlem Week, during Harlem Week. So I went, my high school coach was like, yo, what you gonna do? I said, I have no idea. He's like, you're not going to college? I said, I don't have nothing. And he summons this older gentleman over and said, look, he's the coach at SUNY Old Westbury. He said, look, it's a Division III thing. Let's make this a strategic move. Get yourself back in shape, you know, get to playing again. And then I get you somewhere else. So I was like, all right, let's do it. And that's how I wound up at SUNY Old Westbury, you know, and I actually enrolled like a week after classes started. Yeah. So
Harlem Week has been good to you, brother.
Yeah.
Harlem Week has been good to you, brother. First move for Harlem Week is Winston-Salem. And second move for Harlem Week, you going down to Westbury. Oh man, this is crazy, man.
So that's how I got to Westbury, and I was literally gonna go there for a year just to play, to get myself in shape and stuff like that. That's where I met, Tooth, Tyler Wilson, and Trev Montgomery and all them guys. And I fell in love with Westbury because we all unsigned comedians. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't know how to snap, you don't know.
You'll get it. Any day you can get it. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed that. Truth be told, the basketball was good. I was doing what I had to do down there. Tooth and I was in the backcourt. In all fairness, I wasn't a fan of the coach. And we talked about this when we were together, that I think coaching, people make it about X's and O's, but it's about leader of men. And if you don't show me that leader of men characteristic, I have a problem with that. Like when you don't care and the players care more, that's a problem to me. You know what I mean? Especially coming from these other programs. You know what I'm saying? And I just never really, God did what I had to do basketball wise. I made my little mark there. It was cool. I did some stuff that people remember me as and shot that ball and stuff like that. But that was it. And I did get offers to leave, but I didn't leave because at the time, I didn't take those offers because I met my late wife there at Westbury, So I was just like, and at that time, I was like, I'm not going to keep traveling across the country for ball. I'm just not going to do that. I tell you this, the lesson I did learn is that it's about goal setting. I set a goal for myself in high school just to get a scholarship. I didn't reset my goals. You know what I'm saying? So once I got that scholarship, I was good with basketball. I was good. But, after that, I was just like, you know what? I did my little thing at Westbury and, it was cool. I said to myself, if I came out of high school, low Division I, top high Division II was my status of playing. If I can't go ball out at Westbury, I wasn't as good as I thought I was.
And
so that was my little,
even though you weren't like fully bought into the program.
Right. So you couldn't say I didn't make my mark at Westbury. Because everybody remembers spanking that shooting. Because now, I think I was a forward thinker. I will pull it from 30. But back then when we played, that gets you under the bench. Today, that's normal.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You pull up way beyond 3, and coach is like, what is he doing? No. Oh, yes.
So I was shooting like 40% from 3 and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was doing all that kind of great stuff. But, it was just like, I felt I was supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like I was supposed to do that. But it was cool. I think with Westbury, I met more brothers than I did, anything else.
No doubt. And I had a ball coming up there.
Yeah. That's how I met you, Pooh. That's how I met you. 30-something years ago, Phil.
Yeah.
30-something years ago. Yep.
So, the whole process of coming on Basketball Heads, right, is to kind of show kids and show the world, right, that there's different transitions in your life, right? And through every transition, you got to start over. And a lot of us, we do go pro, but it's another field.
Everybody,
right? It's another field. And to accomplish something in the basketball world, no matter how small, but if it could get you to the next level, to propel you to greatness in other areas, I think it's done its job.
Yes.
And you have done some amazing things after basketball and after college on your own that, man, deserves a round of applause and I appreciate that. For you to tell your story, man. So share some of the things that you did and let us know, how was that transition back into the real world after basketball?
Like I said, it wasn't too bad for me because I was kind of giving up on basketball anyway. And I was just like, yo, what do I want to do? And I started thinking about things I wanted to do. And of course, when you're part of the basketball world, you want to try to stay within the sports area. You know what I'm saying? I learned something about myself is that I like to communicate with people on a one-on-one basis. So I thought the only way you could do that is if I became a sports agent. You know what I mean? So when I actually left Westbury because they didn't have the curriculum to prepare you for law school. So I actually transferred back to John Jay and got a degree in pre-law to prepare me for law school. Wow. You know? And when I was going through that process, Malik and I hooked back up. You know, he was still in the league and everything, but we reconnected. And Malik was in like one of the most influential people on helping me get into where I got today, you know, because one, I saw him do it at a high level. And one of the things he always told me, he was like, yo, Spank, you thinking too negative, bro. Just because we came from where we came from, that don't mean we got to stay there and this, that, and the other. And his words resonated because couldn't deny we came from the same building, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I watched this dude do some amazing things. So when I shared with him that I wanted to be a sports agent at the time, he was playing with the Clippers. And I went out and he arranged for me to meet with his agent, On Tellum, which is one of the biggest agents in the game at the time. He had Kobe and everybody, you know what I'm saying? And On Tellum has shared with me that the NBA is about to regulate what the players get. It's going to be on a scale level. And they're going to need help with more of their business affairs off the court than on the court. And I was like, okay. So when I went back to the house, Malik was like, how'd it go? I shared the story with him, where On shared with me. And he said, okay, you can help me with my business affairs. So I was like, really? Okay. And, you know, they started, you know, him and his boy, I don't know if you remember Corey Allen that played at Talentine as well.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, Corey Allen and Malik, they were inseparable. And they started doing parties together. And Malik would just advise me on certain things, ask me to advise him on certain things. So then he came to me and said, look, these parties are popping. I need to leverage this. We need to do a record label because if you remember, we did a Jay-Z and Malik Sealy party, which was crazy. And everybody, their mother was at that joint at the Roxy. Yep. And he said to me, he want to start a record label. And I said, nah, Malik, you don't want to start a record label because you're going to have to put all this money into these artists for their upkeep and all this stuff. And then if they don't sell, you don't see none of that money back. So I advised, I said, and, you know, at the time, him and Juan came to me. You know, Juan Perez, head of Rock Nation and all that, Jay-Z right-hand man and all of that. They both came to me. We sat down, and I said, do a recording studio. I said, because if the recording studio doesn't become a success or if it's bleeding, at least you could sell the equipment and get some money back.
Smart move. So
that was my advice. Now, did we know that would have turned out to the historical hip-hop recording studio, Baseline Studios, that Jay-Z and Rockefeller recorded most of their music out of? Didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, I was like, wow. People started calling me. They was like, yo, who put this together? They was like, Spank. And then I was like, wait a minute. I could get paid for my opinion and advice.
Right.
So I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I started out consulting people. I would write their business plans, incorporate them and stuff like that. My late wife in college, she was an accountant. So she would teach me how to do the financial projections and this, that. So I started a consulting company. And from there, you know, when they heard my affiliation with Baseline and Malik, and I'm getting calls out the wazoo. I even worked with them on the 40/40 Club, man. Putting that 40/40 Club together, man. And you know, from there, I've just been blessed. I worked with some athletes and, you know, some entertainers and music execs and stuff like that. And I've just been blessed, man. And it's a replica of that third man thing we talked about, right?
Yep.
Who I never like to be in the front of the camera. I've always loved to be the behind the scenes guy. A lot of people, they probably gonna hear this and realize that now they know what I do. Because nobody really knew what I did. They thought I was a sports agent. They thought I was a manager, an artist manager, all kinds of stuff. But nah, y'all go ahead and get all that shine and let me just do my job. You know what I mean? And that's how I transitioned. So I got the best of both worlds. I still got to stay in that sports and entertainment world, but I was doing it in my way now. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I transitioned from basketball. You know,
wow.
That's how I transitioned from basketball.
Man, all the people that you have come across and worked with still part of your life, and people that you can call on and go down your phone is amazing. And a lot of people even wish to even be in your shoes, right?
Yeah, true.
But we all know that we live life, right? And it's certain things that we go through that will break most. But you know, if people look at you spanking, they'll feel like, man, this guy has it all. He hasn't been through anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
By the way you carry yourself, man. When I walked in the Harlem Tavern, I saw you, man. You was in there having dinner dolo, man, and just still looking like $1 million, $1 million smile, right? You wouldn't have been known, you know, except, you know, friends like myself and other people, the heartache that you've been through, and still come, you know, out on top, man, and still holding your own 10 toes down, man.
I appreciate that.
How were you able to get through some of the things that you went through, if you don't mind sharing it with the people?
No problem. No problem at all. That's why when you sent me the thing and what you titled it on, I was like, Pooh is on his game.
No doubt,
and I appreciate, so I respect that, bro.
That's how I see you, man. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got the heart of a champion.
Yeah. So what a lot of people don't know, people close to me, is that my wife for 30 years that I met at SUNY Old Westbury 4 years ago, she passed away from cancer. You know, she had a 2-year battle, and then she lost the battle. In 4 years, she's been passed away. But a lot of people don't realize within a 4-year period, I buried 4 of the closest people to me. So she passed away. She was the only child. Her mom, my mother-in-law, she had Parkinson's with blind dementia. I had to take care of her, and she died 6 months right after my wife. So it was 6 months. I did 2 home hospice cases because I didn't believe in putting my family in no nursing homes and stuff like that. And I made sure I took care of them here. I did well with the company to where I had put my family away great. You know what I'm saying? Where, I mean, I had end-of-life nurses. I had, 24-hour care for my mother-in-law. I had doctors coming here, nurses. If she needed blood withdrawn, x-rays done, it was all done at home. So I kept them in the comfort of the home. That's just me being a man to say, yo, this is what I'm doing for my family, So I did 2 home hospice cases. I planned 2 funerals after that. Couple of years, just a year ago, I lost my mother. So I did her eulogy. I did my mother-in-law's, my wife's, and then my mother, and then my boy, my close friend and teammate at SUNY Old Westbury, Trev Montgomery. He passed away in January. You know what I'm saying? So I did his eulogy. His mother asked me to do the eulogy. So I delivered that eulogy as well. But to answer your question, how I got through that, a lot of people always want to know how, but it's what we talking about. Basketball got me through that shit, man. And I tell you why. One of the things we learn as ball players is pain is temporary. Pain is temporary. When you first starting out, you're going to be sore. You're going to be doing all that. When you first starting out, you're going to miss every shot, but you got to keep being persistent with it. And that pain and agony that you're going through over time, over practice and all that, you're going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I took it, Pooh. That's how I took it. Pain is temporary. So many family members and friends said to me, yo, man, get out that house, sell that house, leave that house. It's too many memories and stuff like that. I said, nah, man, I got to face this pain. It's only going to be temporary. You know what I'm saying? And I felt if I left, I was running away from the grieving process. I wouldn't have grieved properly. But if I knew when I first walked in that house and how it hit me, that silence, and you go from a house full of life to being the only life in that house, that pain is going to be like, oh shit, like, wow. But then over time, when you keep walking in, it's going to die out. And that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? So it was the lessons I learned in basketball that helped me put that mental toughness on to say, okay, I'm going to get through this. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm so gracious to the experience of basketball and what it taught me and stuff. Like we talked about when we was together about when people come to me crying as business people, entrepreneurs, that they made an investment for $25,000 and they lost it. And I'm like, get over it. You know what I'm saying? This is the part of being an entrepreneur. You're going to lose. And then get that lesson, short-term memory. If you throw the ball out of bounds, the game don't stop. You can't stand in the middle of the court and say, damn, I just do this turnover.
The game is still going on.
Going. That's life, bro. Despite I lost my family, life ain't stopping.
That's right.
Life ain't stopping. Get over it. Sub me out. Let me get over it and jump right back in it. So what I'm super blessed about is the fact that despite what I went through, that, like you said, could crush many.
Yep. Life
beat my ass. You know a lie. It gave me a 60 piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I stood up, I'm still doing better than most. Like you said, like there's things that I can do that most people would try to love to try to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when Winston-Salem came up, let me get the club. Laid it out for Winston-Salem. You know what I'm saying? To where the point where the bus pulled up right in front. Park right there. Let's go. Yo, could you send the coaches some champagne? Got it. You know what I'm saying? I took a trip. When my mother-in-law died. And I was like, yo, let me just clear my head. I was on tour, Pooh. I was on the road for like 20 days, bro. Seriously. So like I flew to San Francisco. And I flew to San Francisco only to go see Steph Curry in his home arena. You know what I'm saying? I get tickets. I stayed there for a week, 2 games, Golden State. Flew from there to LA. Caught 2 Clippers game, 1 Laker game with my boy Kelly from Westbury.
Yes, Luke Kelly, that's right.
We out there. I'm like, me and Kelly hanging out every single day. You know what I'm saying? In LA. Stayed there for like 7 days. Then I left because one of my guys, I don't like the name drop, but you know, but my man Mike Kaiser, he's a big music executive guy.
Yeah.
When my wife passed away, he was actually the one that told us where to go for our honeymoon. He arranged us to go to Bahamas and laid it out for me and my wife, bro. Mike Kaiser. So shout out.
Mike Kaiser is my guy. Mike Kaiser is my guy.
Yeah, was my guy.
Yeah.
So when my wife passed, he said, come to my house. He gave me a little dinner, you know, to check on me, whatever. And then he started telling me about Bruno Mars. I need to go see Bruno Mars live and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, the little guy from Hawaii? Like, I know a couple of his songs, but I ain't a fan like that. He was like, yo, I promise you go. So I said, all right, man, leave me some tickets. So from LA, I flew to Vegas just for 1 day to go see Bruno. And Kaiser was right. He was a bad dude.
Nah, great music, man. Great music.
Yeah, he was a bad
Mike Kaiser
dude.
went to school with my guy Damari Riddick early on. In New York City. Yep.
So those are the kind of people that I can reach out to and do things like that. And you know, I'm just blessed, bro. So like I can't, you know, how I look at it also, once again, the basketball thing kicked in. I know for sure in life, I'm not going to be the only dude that lost his wife. And if they got through it, shit, I better get through it, bro.
That's right.
I better get through it.
Wow.
So that's just how it is, bro. So that's all how I got through it. I tell them it's the lessons of basketball, those little mental toughness things that we learn for keep going to play basketball. That's how I applied it to life. And
you also did that for some young men at Bedford Academy, being an assistant coach there.
Yes.
With legendary New York City
Rob
great
Phelps.
Rob Phelps, that's right.
Yeah, I did at Bedford. You know, I'll be honest with you, I had no interest in coaching pool at all. When I moved back to New York, Phil and Rob, you know, they brothers pretty much, and I went to visit them at Lincoln for that little tournament. I mean, not at Lincoln, Jefferson, at Jefferson. Yeah, the little like Thanksgiving kickoff tournament.
Yep. The Hirsch Classic.
Yep. So I went to go sit with them to go support them. And Rob was like, yo, you need to be a coach, man. You need to come join my staff. I was like, Rob, I'm not doing that shit, man. I'm cool, whatever. So when I got home, my wife was like, do it. I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. She was like, go do it. So I was like, all right. So I called Rob. I said, I'll give it a shot. Pooh, I walked in. I didn't even go to their preseason workouts or nothing. I went to the first game because they already started the tournament at Jefferson. So I sat on the bench at one game, and I was like, this shit gonna be corny, man. But then the first practice is when I got bit by the bug again. Because you underestimate the experience you have, them kids love it. Those kids love it.
And you see yourself, right? You see yourself. Yeah.
They eat it up. And there's nothing more rewarding when you tell a kid something and teach them something and they get it and they eyes open like, oh, it worked. And, you know, and we did a good job, man. Like I had a great time there. The only reason why I left is because my wife's situation. You know what I'm saying? That was the only reason why I left in the middle of the season. You know, she was having major surgery, so I had to take a sabbatical, things of that nature. You know, and then afterwards, I was just like, I'm wrapped. I need to get myself. But I tell you, man, the relationships I had with those kids, it was just phenomenal. And I tell you this, Bedford that year would have won the city. We was in the Final Four. COVID shut us down. They was rolling. Them kids was rolling, man. Them kids was rolling. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I never thought I'd get the love of basketball like that again. But, you know, I realized something, that the coaching, the practices is for the coaches and the games are for the kids. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you get the chance to talk your shit and do all of this and share your experiences and stuff like that. And then you go let them play to see if they listening to you, what you teaching them in practice. You know what I'm saying? And then you make our little tweaks and stuff. So I enjoyed that part of it a lot. You know what I mean? But, you know, now I just, you know, I stepped away from my company for the past 6 years. I've just been retired. I've just been traveling and, you know, living my best life. Call some of these friends, say, hey, I'm in town. I'm coming through, whatever. So I'm blessed.
Well, I'm going to be calling you because the high school basketball season is starting, and there's going to be some great games, and I'm going to call you, tell you pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Pull up. Just tell me to pull up. I'll pull up, bro.
No doubt. You see your boy in this element, you know.
Yes, sir.
In the building and all that, but we definitely got a lot of great talent in New York City, man. If there's one thing you could change about your career, as far as playing ball, what would you change and why?
You know, Pooh, that's a tough question to answer right now. And I'll tell you why. My perspective on life changed so much when I lost my whole family. You know what I mean? To where I just start believing everything was to happen for a reason. Like, it's just life. How it plays out is how it's supposed to play out. You know what I mean? If you would have asked me that a couple of years ago before, I would have been like, oh, I probably would have picked another. I would have transferred from Westbury and did this and did that. But the way life dealt me, my thing is you play the hand you dealt.
Yeah.
And that's how life, if that was what my career was supposed to be, it was supposed to be. And like I told you, my thing about never being the best, never being the worst, but always be relevant, I think I did enough for relevancy for basketball. There's people that tell you stories about things that, you know, I've done in basketball. I had a memory of something that I did. I have people still walk up to me to this day and be like, boy, you can shoot that ball. You know what I'm saying? Like the way you shot that ball. And then I know you probably heard the infamous, you know, intramural game with Hawk.
Yes. I always let him know. He killed you. And Hawk let you know too. So
Yeah. But you know, other than that, those are things that, listen, that makes me feel good that I was relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, but you gotta let the world know how much you gave him.
Oh, so funny thing
I know he's gonna see this, and I want to rub it in.
I'm not gonna make him look bad, but let me tell you, the funny thing about that is because the tension me and the coach had, he tried to not let me play intramural, and because I actually quit the team my second year there, and I was averaging like 26, 28, some crazy number, and I just left, and he tried to prevent me from playing intramural. So his way to get back at me is he put me on a team with a bunch of dudes that never played, regular students, stuff like that, which I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So so everyone else, they wouldn't allow me to play with the other guys that was better and stuff like that because they felt it would be a unfair match. So I was playing against with some dudes. So we pretty much lost every game. So Hawk, he was hilarious. He was like, yo, he the spank stopper. He going around, he's a salesman. He's a salesman. That's right? A fact. so he's going around campus telling everybody, show up to the gym. I'm the spank stopper. Y'all scared of him. I'm not. Yo, Pooh, do you know what he did while we was in the calf? He went across to the radio station, the school radio station, and made the announcement to come to the gym.
Wow.
So I said, okay. So I get to the gym. I had a sore throat. I'm about to put a lozenge in my throat lozenge. He smacks it out my hand. I don't want no excuses. I said, okay. So the rule was running time. Clock doesn't stop. By the time that clock stopped, I gave Hawk 54 points in running time.
Yeah, two said was 55 in running time.
It was 54 in running time. And at the end of the game, I said to Hawk, you lucky the clock didn't stop because I was going to get 100 on you.
That's right. Kill Spank. Wow.
So that kind of stuff, you do little memorable things, you could chalk it up, you know what I'm saying? And it was a great time. Like I met my brothers Tooth and Trev and them guys, Kelly, Kev, all them dudes, man. Like to this day, we in the group chats and talking, and you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was, man. Me and Tooth had a great time there playing too. I enjoyed playing with Tooth because you know why? Our coach was so bad. I hate to eat dead too.
I heard. You're not telling me something that I didn't hear from everybody else.
He was so bad that every school knew our plays. Every school. So if they call out a play, they knew it. Tooth and I will sit and plan a play ourselves that nobody else on the court knew. It was just a play with me and him. And it worked.
How busy Tooth used to get too. So
yeah, Tooth used to get big. And you know what I respect so much about Tooth? It was his IQ. His basketball IQ was off the charts. And that's why he's doing well at Brooklyn Collegiate.
Brooklyn Collegiate, right? Yeah,
that's why he's doing well at Brooklyn Collegiate.
The brains behind the program.
His basketball IQ, I respect a lot with him. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So Otis Johnson said Hawk thought he could stop everybody. That's so true. That's so true. Listen, even I had Hawk on my show, right? And we dogged him about that.
I didn't know that.
Yes, because Hawk played JV at Lincoln.
Right.
Could never make varsity.
Right.
And I used to always let him know that. Like,
right.
That's the whole thing. You play JV as a junior and the senior.
Right. JV as a junior, senior, you're terrible, man. You're terrible.
Right. Nah, I was just bugging. Yeah. Hey, listen, let's have some fun, Spank. We're going to get to our top five, all right?
Yep.
Let's get to our top five.
Top five.
All right, Spank, here you go. Top 5 ball players, all right? Now, we're going to start with the top 5 players that you played against. You cannot bring nobody off the bench. It's just 5 players, bro, all right? Sometimes I got to tell people this because people will be like, nah, but my man, he was – no, just 5, brother, just 5, all right?
that I played against. See, the thing is, I don't remember most of those guys from Jersey.
No, just give me the. We just talking about ever. We're not just talking about just Jersey. We just talking about the top 5 guys you played against ever.
Against, Jesus, I could say with or against, because number one, I could fill that up real quick with just the Elmcor City College.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I can imagine you saying that too. You was a bum.
Top 5, it's like so hard because it was so many. Like I said, Elmcor had everybody: Jamal Mashburn, Conrad McCray, Kenny Anderson. Like, how do you get beyond those guys? That
Name 5.
All right, so I got to throw Malik in there, number 1.
Gotcha.
Okay. Funny story. We was playing in that City College joint, and I got caught on a 2-on-1. They threw it to Malik. I jumped. I don't know why I jumped. He went to dunk it, but he didn't. He laid it, and he pushed me and said, "You're lucky from around the way, and I love you." But as a ball player, he wasn't going to do. God, he wasn't.
Yeah, I'm a foul you. Right.
So I say Malik because we grew up together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Jamal Mashburn was a monster.
Monster Mash.
Yeah, he was a monster. I say him. Man, that's so tough because those encounters I had with those guys was once in a while. It wasn't no regular joint. You know what I'm saying?
I understand your rival. I just saw who you played against.
Yeah, like it's so many. So like I go with your man Big Stretch from Teaneck. He was tough.
Tough.
He was tough.
Yeah.
They also had a big guy, Big Sam. He was a 7-footer, went to South Carolina. Jean Prelo was tough too. So those would be those 3 guys. 5. Yep.
Bet. Top 5 guys you played with.
Oh man, now that I gotta throw my Englewood guys up in there. Big Chris, he's down there. He went to A&T. And we was rivals, and we used to hang out. Big Chris, gotta put my man Matanda up in there. It was this guy that played at Winston. This dude was phenomenal. My man, Big Chuck Bennett, man. This dude was 6'9". He could do everything, bro. I really thought he was a pro.
Wow.
I really did. I think what stopped him was his work ethic. You know what I'm saying? His work ethic. And Big House wanted to get him in the league. Big House son, Clarence Gaines Jr., he was a scout for the Bulls with Michael Jordan and all.
Wow.
And then he was an exec at the Knicks and stuff like that. So he's still part of the NBA family. And Big House called on his behalf. You know what I'm saying? So Big Chuck Bennett was something special. And then who I gotta put up in there? And it's a toss-up. So I said me, Chris, Matanda, Chuck Bennett. It's a toss-up between Tooth and Phil.
Wow. Yeah. Those my guys, so I'll let you put both of them in. We're gonna leave it like that, man. Rare occasion. My guys in there. That's it. Right. No doubt.
Real talk.
No doubt. All right. So you grew up in New York, but you played your ball in Jersey, because this is going to be kind of difficult, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And since this is a New York City platform, I'm going to ask you, who do you think, in your eyes, are the top 5 New York City players of all time?
Oh, that one is kind of easy. Kenny Anderson. I gotta throw my man. I'm biased, Malik.
No bias about that.
I'm biased. Okay. Rob Phelps.
One of the top scorers in New York State history.
I seen him in high school and I was overly impressed. Stephon Marbury.
Of course. Marbury. Lincoln in the house, baby. You know how that go.
Stephon Marbury, and then I'm gonna be a bias on this because he was my favorite player coming up, Mark Jackson.
No doubt. Salute to Mark Jackson,
Mark
man.
Jackson.
Man, those are some great players. Look,
yeah.
Nobody's ever picked the same 5.
Right. Now, New York was so, like, you had so many that was just, it was oversaturated, man. And you and I talked about this. People say New York basketball is down. It's not.
Nope.
The talent is not down. What it is, they don't keep them in the city like they used to.
That's a fact.
They ship them to these basketball programs outside of New York, but they are New York kids. They are New York kids. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, man.
Well,
it's just what it is.
We got the twins, the Ratliff twins. They're going to USC. This year.
Oh wow.
Hassan Karesi, and they're on the same team. Going to Fordham. You got Jada Swan. I know where he's going, but I don't want to put it out there until he's going to Division I.
Okay.
Right? You have Big O, Sacco. He's going to Fairfield. You got Malik Fields going to Quinnipiac, right? All Division I players, man. You know, from different levels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got Deron Rippey, who's from New York. He's gonna be McDonald All-American.
Heard about him.
Derrick Rose type crazy.
Yeah. I heard about him.
Shoot like, I won't say like Steph, but his jump shot's crazy. So
right.
The closest thing that you're gonna see to that. And in Long Island, we have Dylan Mingo. He's gonna go Power 5 as well, and he's gonna be McDonald All-American. So come on.
And it's not down. It's just that
we're not even finished yet. And you know,
yeah. It's just that
just starting.
Yeah, it's just that all those players was in New York City.
Yes.
And it was going after each other.
Yeah.
You know, now they scattered all over the place, and it kind of dilute what you think the talent is not good, but it's not true. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is, man. That's just what it is. Like, it's amazing, man. Like, you know, like I tell everybody, I love coming from the Bronx. You know, the Englewood's a special part. So I tell people I'm from Bronxwood.
Listen, man, that's definitely perfect segue, man, to where we want to go right now, man. Wrap this stuff up, man. Listen, brother, you know, definitely great running into you, man, and get you on a platform, man.
Yes, sir.
And letting people hear your story, man. I think it's a very unique story, very amazing. And to see you bounce back, to see you smiling, you know, and still looking like $1 million, man. Brother, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of you, man. I love you, man.
I love you, man.
Keep fighting a good fight, brother. I'm be calling you like, yo, Spank, I need you to meet me to this game. There's gonna be some big games. Just come, we'll hang out. Meet at the Harlem Tavern again. Some good food.
And like I told you when I saw you, I'm super proud of you, bro. You know, and I said this to you because in this day and space, everybody want to jump on this platform and the internet and podcasts and all of that. And what separates most of these people is consistency. You know, and for you to be consistent and keep doing what you're doing and taking it to where you got to, it's just amazing, man. And, you know, and I already told you, anything I could do to support or whatever, I'm here for you, man. You know, but I'm just as proud as you for what you're doing. And I appreciate you having me, man. Seriously.
No doubt, brother. Love is love. Always love you, brother.
Love you more, bro. Love you more.
Bro. No doubt.
So that's what
Gary Spank Stevens, y'all. Gary Spank Stevens, make some noise. Those of you that's in the chat, we appreciate you. Stick around for my closing remarks, all right? Hey, listen, y'all. No matter what you go through in life, right? It's going to either prepare you to greatness or it's going to crush you. And we've seen that happen to many. And tonight is no different because he was able to, you know, go through life not second-guessing himself, betting on himself, building relationships which garnered him positions in life. we talked about that Harlem Week. Him going to Harlem Week, making the connection, meeting Earl of Pearl, and getting a chance to go down to Winston-Salem. Leaves Winston-Salem, goes back to Harlem Week, and gets a situation at Old Westbury, which he met, some great friends and his wonderful wife. May she rest in peace. And through that all, he had his childhood friend there who will open some more doors in his life. Because I think sometimes we take for granted the relationships, right? And throughout his life, he has all these famous friends and, being friends to this day with Stephen A. Smith and being able to have his back when so many want to tear him down and come on this platform and tell the truth and let the world know that who y'all see on television is the person he was when they were kids or teenagers growing to be adults. Spank is an incredible man that doesn't deserve your pity. Just keep him in your hearts and know that if you ever in a situation where you're feeling down, just look at this episode and get some inspiration from a man who's been through the fire and come out with the heart of a champion. So with saying that, we're going to sign off. I'm about to get out of here. I had a full day, filmed 2 high school basketball games, came back, and got this podcast done. And even though we ran into some complications, we didn't let that stop us because you got to keep on moving. Don't stop now. All right, you've been watching Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and we are the official home for New York City basketball. Peace.
Y'all ready?
Y'all ready?
Yeah. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online. Buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.